Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Jeff with PicknProsper. I am a part-time reseller and I sell pretty much anything and everything. Mostly electronics, some hard goods, and a lot of clothes. Actually, clothes are my number one seller, oddly enough. It's a good filler because there's plenty of them out there and I find them all the time. But I just want to go over as a part-time reseller, go over my end of month numbers for February of this year and show you that even as a part-time seller, you can make a little bit of money on the side. It's a great side hustle and I really enjoy doing it. I love shopping. I love finding going out on the treasure hunt. It was more exciting to me than anything. So let's jump over to show you what I made in the month of February. Go over the numbers, and again, it was a short month, but not too bad. And it'll show you at least what a part-time reseller like me can make, and you can do it too. Okay, so let's take a look at my numbers for the month of February. And again, it was a short month, it was February, a couple days shorter than normal. Did okay. I mean, you can see here that I had a gross sales of about 3,200, and this is the net sales of about 1,700 with the selling cost, which is the shipping and fees included, of about $1,200. Average price was $28, and I sold 111 items during that month, so not too bad. Let's take a look at, I wanted to show you my last weekend because I was on vacation. So last weekend, which was I left on the 27th, went out of town on the 27th, came back on the 2nd. And so even on vacation, not doing anything, really not even thinking about eBay, I left my store on vacation mode. And if you don't know, there's a couple different vacation modes. You can put it on, as I did, where you can still make sales and it'll inform the buyer that you're away from your store and it's going to be an extended time frame for your shipping. Or you can just put your store on complete vacation mode where it shuts it off and you won't have any sales at all. Now I've done both, and the last time I did the full shutdown, in my opinion, it really screwed up my store. I don't know if it messes with the algorithm on eBay or not, but it really slowed my sales for weeks afterward. And I was a bit shocked at how hard it was to recover from that. So from this day forward, if I can help it, I'm going to keep it on just a delayed shipping vacation mode, because as you can see, even in that long weekend, I sold $460 worth totals gross sales and netted about $200 in net sales for an average price of $32.91 with 14 items sold. So 14 items sold for not doing anything, actually not even looking at my store, not even thinking about it. I may have accepted a couple offers along the way. I'm sure I did, matter of fact. And this is just eBay. My Poshmark store also was a whole nother thing. But I did pretty well too, if I'm not mistaken. I had a few sales here and there from that. But just to go to show, it just goes to show you that really in vacation mode, if you leave it on, which is what I'm recommending, is at least you can pick up some sales. And then when you get back, the buyers are just going to have to expect that you're going to be delayed on your shipping, and go ahead and get your orders processed when you get back. In my case, the day we got back, that night, I started processing the orders just to get that notification out to all the buyers that, hey, I'm working on this, we're going to get this going. But that's what I did last weekend for that. So let's take a look at actually back to the whole month of February. And you can see here again, here it's showing 112 items, which was, from the 1st to the 28th. I must have picked up an additional sale or something that on the 28th. I don't know, but here it's showing $3,328.66. And what I'd like to do is scan through some of these items because they each have kind of a unique story. I don't have to go through them all, but some of the better sales and explain some of the things. And you'll see, looking at my past videos where I did a lot of the bins hauls, you'll see lots of the bins items in here as well. So it's kind of interesting to see how that played out. But first off, the very end of the month, you can see on the 28th, the last day, I sold this M Audio M track. And this was, I picked this up at a Goodwill and it sold for $42. I believe I paid around $12 for it. So there was a decent margin on it. But that one sold within the last couple months, so not too bad. Here is a pair of pliers I got. This I got at the Benz, sold for $12. Not a big deal, but again, I got those at the Benz. Some random garage sale things that had been sitting for a while. I'm glad both of these, the screwdriver and these bowls, sold because they had been sitting for quite some time. These Marmot pants, I just put these out like a week ago. Those sold for $26. Nice sale there. Now here is the Apple keyboard that I just got last week at the Benz when we went to the Goodwill Benz. My son found this. I did take an offer on this, but it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was $65 on that one. Let me see if it shows more clearly here. 70, 86. No, actually that's not right. The total sales with shipping was 86, so it must have been that $70 sales price on that. So actually, that Benz haul, I paid $79 for the whole Benz haul. This covered it right here, almost all of it right here with the one sale. So that's pretty awesome. All right, let's look at some other things. I did get these Sanooks at the Benz too. On that same video, I sold them for $26. I got this Aero Pro 6 at the Benz that same day. That sold for $40. This is another Benz find, this Verizon wireless phone connect thing. I don't even know how it works, but I sold that for $16. That was from the Benz. Had a nice sale on this fishing reel. This one was a really nice reel. It was actually worth much more than the $39, but it did not work correctly. The bail did not come back after you cast and reel. So unfortunately, I sold it for parts for $39. It actually sold within an hour of my listing, so that's pretty cool. This hat was from the Benz, $12, no big deal. This drum head, this practice head was from the Benz, another $12. Lots of different other shirts that I picked up at the Goodwill. An eyeglass case was from the Benz, $12. Here's some Infinity speakers I just got at the Benz haul. I believe it was that same one or the one before last. Those sold for $30 the pair. These Keen shoes were from the Benz, sold for $29. And these were just some steel toe shoes. Nothing real great about them, but $29 on those. That was from the Benz. Let's see. This remote control was from the Benz. I listed this, and just to get a better look at it here, picked this up, and I believe maybe this wasn't from the Benz. This might have been from the retail store. But it just goes to show you that some of these remotes can be worth some pretty good money. $25 on that. Now I did do free shipping, so I normally don't do free shipping on too many things, but that one I did. And it probably cost like $4 and change on that to ship it. All right, and then this drive belt, this Dayton belt right here, that was from the Benz, $13. Lots of these shirts, lots of the clothes had just come out of my retail hauls from the last couple weeks. This Bop It game, I sold it quickly. I had 2 Bop It games, and this Extreme sold, I believe it was the second day I had it listed. And so pretty good because I got this from the Benz. That was for $17. Let's see, what else did I get here? Here's a Fire Stick that I got from the Benz, $23. Here's a calculator I got from the Benz, $16. Here's a fishing reel I got from the Benz, $16. Here's a hoodie I got from the Benz, $20.96. Here's a Red Wings hat I got from the Benz, $14. Here was another one. This just came out of the 2 hauls ago, I think. This Amazon. This was the Show 8, $50 on this, and it was a good find, good pickup on that one. We knew when we got it we had a pretty good pickup on it. Turned out well for $50 on that. This is interesting. These Focusrite Scarlet USB. I bought 2 of these at the retail stores within the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. Sold them both. Now they did take offers on these, but you can see I paid, if I'm not mistaken, it was $18 each on both of them, and I sold this one for $76, and and this one sold within a day, and the first one sold the same day, and I'll show you that here in a second. Let's take a look at that one. Here it is right here, $78, and again, that one sold the same day. Yeah, you can see here, 17th. This misprint coin, I have quite a few different coins I sell. $28 for that, pretty good. This Moosehead shirt I did get from the Benz. It was $13. Some other random clothes that I've been picking up. This clock I got from the Benz, $12. Let's see, these Nike fleece pants, I got those from the Benz, $20. I got this Coors Light beer tap handle from the Benz, $22. You can see, pretty cool. I found a few different beer taps that day, and I found 3 actually, and 2 of them I've already sold. So that was pretty good on that. This Mercedes-Benz leather owner's case sold for $13. That was a Benz find. There's another coin. Let's see, these were from the Benz. These Eddie Bauer binoculars, $10. These were from the Benz. This was from an old Benz haul. Only got $5 for those, but again, probably didn't weigh next to nothing. Little sound level meter. More clothes. Here's a subwoofer I got from the Benz, $26, and it was a little beat up. It kind of scratched up. You can see here. Was kind of debating whether or not to get this, but you know, you can see the scratches on it and everything else. But you know, $26, and it is kind of heavy on those subwoofers when you get them from the Benz. You have to be careful, but usually that they seem to charge like $8 for the overweight stuff that I've seen so far. So for $8 into 26, not great, but I mean still not too bad of a sale, I guess, if you look at it. Some garage sale stuff here. Another Bop It, but that was an old one that I had from a long time ago. Here's a sound machine that I picked up at the Benz within the last couple hauls. These sound machines can sell, and this one actually sold very quick, like within a matter of a day or two. This was the Con Air, and again, it sold quick. Real happy with that. I sold this Abercrombie & Fitch baseball hat for $10. That was a Benz haul find. Oakley glasses case, $10, Benz haul. Here was this was a Funko Pop that my son found, $20. That was from just a couple, 2-3 weeks ago from the Benz. This jacket was from the Benz, this Columbia Omnitech, $25. These Nike sweatpants were from the Benz, $16. Let's see. Here's the Bop It. I didn't get this at the Benz, but I did get it at the thrift store. I only paid $2 for it. It sold for $29, and it sold the same day I listed it. This Verizon streaming TV was a Benz haul. Sold it for $25. These shoes, these wrestling shoes sold from Benz, $27. This ink was from the Benz, $4. Not great there, but This fishing reel is from the Benz, $22. This remote, I believe, was from the Benz. Again, another remote for $15, not too bad. This smoke alarm, it was a carbon monoxide smoke alarm from the Benz, $35 on this one. Open box, but it was new, and it had everything, the original batteries and everything with it, like an old stock type of thing. Good deal on it. I took an offer, you can see it was $39. I had it listed for, sold it for $35. All right, and then this wallet, only $9.50, but another lightweight Benz product. This game was from the Benz, sold it for $24. Just a little handheld electronics game that my son found. Nice score on that one. Didn't weigh next to nothing on that. Different shirts. I can't remember if this one came from the haul or not. I'm not sure about this one. Here's an interesting one. I sold a empty bottle that was a whiskey bottle, and I actually bought this myself and drank it. And when I was done, I listed it and sold it. And you can see I had it for $12. I think I took that $10 offer on it. Just a whiskey bottle, so kind of fun, you know, that I can actually get it and drink it, enjoy it, and sell the bottle for $10 with shipping. Someone paid $21, so. All right, and then here's an LL Bean. I believe, I don't know if I got that from the Benz or not, but $25 on the LL Bean. And then these Oakleys for $20. So that was a summary of my sales, and again about 3,300 in total gross sales just off of eBay. Poshmark was a little, like around 1,200 or so, something like that. And Poshmark has picked up a lot for me this last probably 6 months, and I think it had to do when they switched to ground shipping from priority, because I'm getting a lot more orders there. I love that, using ground so much better, because they have, if you don't know, and if you do have a Poshmark store, they have free shipping supplies they will give you for the ground advantage shipping, and take advantage of that. They have poly mailers. They have I get the shoe boxes. I get the poly mailers, and I get some padded mailers. Those are not that great. Well, the bubble mailers are good, but they have like a cardboard type of envelope mailer. It's not very good. But get the shoe boxes for sure. Get the poly mailer bags, and get the bubble wrap bubble bags. All right, so let's take a look at those shipping supplies where you can see them better with the USPS ground shoe box. And this is what I get from Poshmark. Also the bubble mailer, this is the padded bubble mailer, and then the ground advantage. These are really nice poly bags here, with the self-adhesive on them. Heavy duty, very good for shipping. Haven't had any issues with any of that so far, so really good products for free, so keep that in mind from Poshmark. You can go through their links, and you can find you basically send an email requesting the shipping supplies that you want, and they'll just ship it right to you. All right, so for what we got today, I went to the local Goodwill here and spent a couple hours there to see if I can pick up some inventory. Did not find any hard goods today. Went through the electronics, went through the sporting goods, just didn't find anything. So what I did find was I got 13 items. It came to $64.61, and I had to do two different things. That's why there's two different receipts, because the guy didn't ring up everything I had in my cart. Had to run back a few other things, but I did have a total of 13 items. Actually, that came to, I apologize, that came to $84.04, which 13 into 84 was $6.46 for my cost basis. Let's take a look at what I did get, and first up, let me grab these shoes I picked up. I don't know why I set them over here. But, alright. I am down in my office, actually in my basement, and this is where I sell everything, if you don't know. Anyway, first up, what I did pick up today, when I said I didn't get any hard goods, I actually did pick up these 2 boxes of rock tape, and you can see I paid $3 a piece for those, and these sell for about 20 bucks. They are brand new. I looked at them. One's camo and one's like a skin color. Rock tape for fitness folks, they like to use that to help with their muscles and repair on their tissue and stuff like that. So those will be, you know, a decent seller to $20 or so. Now these shoes I picked up, I was really on the fence with these. These are Caps, C-A-P-P-S, made in USA, and they are brand new. You can see that they have the tag still on them, and I did pay $14.99 on these, and again, I'm a little on the fence with this. I don't know if I should have picked these up. I saw some comps that were looking to get, you know, around, well, I found, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of good comps. Again, it's something I should have probably thought a little harder on, but because they were brand new, they were made in the US, I thought I'd go ahead and give them a shot. I saw a used pair sell for $50, and a newer pair was a little bit more than that, around $80. So I'm hoping I can get, you know, somewhere around $70, $80 for these shoes. That would be, you know, that would be a good profit margin right there. All right, so for the clothes, we have, first up was this sports, or this was Outdoor Research actually. This is a women's full zip, and it did not have a tag on the inside. I wasn't sure. It felt like really nice quality, but it does have the little tag here, and I also saw the logo somewhere on here. It was embroidery, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, on the back it had this Outdoor Research embroidery, and then it had the little button logos right here for the OR, and otherwise I wasn't quite sure what it was. I did pay $8.99 for that. Not the best, but a good brand, really solid brand for me, and probably I'll shoot for around 25 to 30 for this one, and hopefully that works out. Next up, I picked up this Fall Raven brand, I think is how you pronounce it, Fall Raven, and it has a little logo on the chest right there with the fox. And this is just a basic polo shirt, nothing great or fancy about it, but good brand. Everything I've had from them usually sells fast for me. The pants much better than the shirts, but let's see, I paid $6.99 for the shirt, so hopefully, you know, I can get around 20 for it. You know, that's probably realistically where it'll go. Next, I found a couple pairs of Travis Matthew shorts. Maybe I should just stay back here. Travis Matthew shorts. You can see the logo on the back and the inside logo here. And size 32 on them. They were $5 each. I got 2 pairs, as I mentioned. I'll probably lot them up, and depending on how much they're worth individually, I may lot them up or I may just sell them individually. I'm not really sure, but really nice shorts. $5 on this one as well. Oh. Why am I getting, got a bad here. What's going on with my camera? There we go. $5. Found this pretty cool hooded Polo Ralph Lauren long sleeve with a red and blue stripe, white pony logo with the hood. Not bad. And this one was $6.99. Found a great brand here that I don't normally find, and I actually found this in the women's section. I've been trying to make an effort to go through the women's clothes because I've been finding so many good things there in the women's clothes. And this is Flint and Tinder, and it's an XL. It's a men's XL is what it looks like to me. I'll have to measure it, but nice, really nice, heavy duty, good quality, really good brand. I don't know what that's going to be worth. I'm guessing around 30-ish for that. Don't know for sure. Next, I found this pretty cool vintage Seattle Seahawks and Seahawks Kingdom. Pretty cool. And it actually was even better as it's still brand new. It has the tag inside it. And an old tag on that. Like I said, brand new. Pretty awesome. I don't have any idea what that's going to sell for, but as you know, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, or maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl this year, so perfect time for a fan to pick that up. Next, I got this t-shirt, and it is the Three Doors Down, just a band shirt. When I was looking it up, I saw that others had this exact shirt listed as a 2024 tour shirt. Now I'm going to have to research that because there is nothing on the back. But Three Doors Down, their lead singer just passed away, unfortunately. Terrible tragedy with his age. I think he was only late 40s and he passed. I did pay $4.99 for this shirt, and I saw some others had this shirt listed as high as $90 for the same exact shirt. I don't know if they're thinking that, the band will not ever be, 100% again, or any kind of reunion or anything like that. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a try for $5 and see. I'd be happy to get 30 for it. Would be great. And then last, I got these two shirts that are Patagonia. These are like a lightweight, almost vented. Well, they have pockets. They're not vented, but they're lightweight, long sleeve, size XL, great size. And they have the little hit on the side somewhere over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right there. These I did pay a little more than I would like, but I think I paid $9.99 for them. And if I lot them up, hopefully I'll come out pretty good on it. It's $9.99 on these, and again, there's both of them. So hopefully, with lotting them up with that good size, that will be the ticket to get a decent sale out of it. That's what I had today, and quick trip, but pretty good for a quick trip, picking up the 13 items for that price with the senior discount. I've been trying to get there and make sure I go on Wednesdays now in our area where I can pick up that discount for 15% off everything. Really makes a difference on the overall bill. So that was what I had today. I appreciate you sticking with me. And if you have any questions, comments, I'll be happy to follow up with you on it. But again, part-time reseller, and just to show you that if I can do it, you can do it in retirement. Pretty much, easy money. You did see my gross numbers. Obviously, fees and everything come out of that. And but still, and that was a pretty slow month. And that did not include my Poshmark income. So my Poshmark income was another like $1,200 or so that I actually made profit, not gross. That was actually paid. So pretty good on that for February for a short month. Thanks again for sticking with me. We will see you on the next video. Take care.